Hi and welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. Not many of these to go now till the end of the season. This is match day 37, of course, so just two. As we've got a preview now of West Ham versus Manchester City, Sunday the 15th of May 2022, 2 p.m. kickoff. I was down there for the Carabao Cup, seemed a long time ago now. Was it last October? Couldn't get tickets for this one, but my heart will be there with the guys and the fans and everybody. So let's hope it goes well. Please, if you do enjoy what I do, please hit the like and subscribe button. That'd be great if you haven't already done so. That'll make an old City fan very, very happy. And of course, in the background there, you can see it, the new issue of King of the Kit Packs. Yeah, issue 287A. They said it wouldn't last 10 issues this when it first started off, but that's out to buy. So if you're not already subbed to that, give it a look. Have a look at that and give Dave and Sue your support. And of course, all the team at King of the Kit Packs, all the writers and image makers and various guys who put that together. Give them your support, and obviously it's a great read and something to read over the summer and get back copies as well, anything you fancy. So look out for a couple of King of the Kit Pack specials on that during the summer from me as well. I'll be doing a little sort of special on a couple of old, sort of go back in time. I'll do one of my History Boys features or a couple of History Boys features on the King of the Kit Packs. Right, let's get on to City Match Day 37. Yes, very interesting. We'll have a look at West Ham, of course, our opponents who, like us, had a depressing time in Europe recently. Of course, I'll be trying to predict our starting 11. It could be easy, this one, because he's not hardly got any left to pick, hasn't he? So, and I say, unless he's going to start drafting youngsters in, I don't think that's Pep's way, but we'll see. The match is being shown on Sky Sports. We've got Mr. Anthony Taylor in charge. Yeah, Altrincham mustn't be playing this week, so he's not gone to watch them. He'll take charge of this. It's fourth time he's took charge of a City game this season. Of course, the 42-year-old was in charge of the game recently at the Etihad, the 2-2 draw with Liverpool. He's refereed 40 matches this season. I mean, give him a rest, or even preferably give us a rest. That'd be even better. 40 matches, that's a lot. Showing 154 yellow cards and 6 red cards. So I assume if you add that 6 to the 154, that's literally 4 cards a game. So sort of medium, not up there with the most, but certainly very high on card giving, Mr. Taylor. His linos for the day are Adam Nunn and Gary Bezic. So there is Lionels. And yes, we all want to know who's at Stockley Park, don't we? Well, we've got Mr. John Brooks at Stockley Park on the VAR and making his coffee, giving him his Nice biscuits or his digestives is Simon Long. And the fourth official keeping Pep and Mr. Moyes apart. I'm sure he won't need to do that with these two guys. I think they get on okay. Graham Scott's the fourth official. Of course, as I mentioned before, the last time out at West Ham, we'll ignore the City one in the snow, was the Carabao Cup, of course, back on the 27th of October 2021 at 7:45 p.m. kickoff at the London Stadium. A team, Stefan Walker, Stones, Aki Zinchenko, Ferner, Palmer, Gundogan, Sterling, KD beat Mahrez. Sounds like one of our first teams now, but that was literally just a couple of our main starters in that team, believe it or not. But as things are at the moment, that'll probably be close to our first team. A 0-0 scoreline, of course. We missed plenty of chances that night. It was pretty awful. We even had chances right up to the last minute that we should have really done better. And it was always going to be a lottery once it went to penalties. And the one Foden missed, unfortunately, was the only one of the 9 taken. West Ham didn't even have to take the last penalty. And we'd relinquished our control of the Carabao Cup and we'd sent it back. But it was our cup and we're going to get it back because it's our cup. So there you go. We're out of the Carabao Cup at that stage. The last league game, of course, was during COVID, 24th of October 2020. A good result for West Ham. Yeah, 1-1 draw. They actually took the lead before half-time, and we had Foden to thank for equalising, but we couldn't find a winner, and I certainly think West Ham in that game were well. I've had a look back at my match report, and were well worth the 1-1 draw. Overall, at their place in the league, we've played 53, won 18 and drawn 11, so not prolific, and we've lost 24, so we need to even that up a little bit. We need to get the win column up a little bit, don't we? And please, I've done a History Boys feature, so you can check that out. And it looks back to March 1996. Yeah, Mr. Alan Ball's City against Harry Redknapp's Hammers, ably assisted by a guy called Lampard. I don't know who he is, but yeah, he was the assistant to Harry Redknapp at the time. But check that out, please. The History Boys feature. I love doing those. It's great if you can have a watch of that as well. The odds, yeah, City for the league now. We're 1-16 on, guys. We were 1-9 before the last game, before who we just played. I always forget who we play. Obviously, before the Wolves game, we were 1-9. Now we're 1-16 on. Liverpool have gone out to 11-1, so the optimistic Liverpool fan, hey, with all our injuries, why not? It's worth 50p, I think. And the match odds, yeah, interesting enough, City are as short as normal, only 1-3 on, which isn't that bad, but I think the bookies also realise there may be a few problems at the back for City. A draw is 4-1, yeah, and a West Ham win is 7-1, which is quite low for a team playing City, unless it's someone like Liverpool. And please check out my little odds show. Of course, I don't condone gambling, and the fun stop. So how's this gonna pan out? Well, yeah, with West Ham bowing out the Europa League against Eintracht Frankfurt, we got beaten both legs, of course. I mean, we were sort of hoping that they would get to the final, and then obviously they may have rested players for this game coming up. But obviously that's not going to be now, because say West Ham probably won't go weaker in this. I think obviously it's like ourselves. We've only got a couple of games left. This is the last home game in front of their own fans, so I don't think they'll let up on this. And I think the crowd will be appreciative. I think all things considered, they've had an okay to good season. Of course, entertained as well. They played some good stuff, been a bit inconsistent, but there's nothing wrong with that. And of course, they are fighting for another place in Europe. They're almost guaranteed a Conference League place. That's sort of there. But there's still an outside chance they can nip in and nick a place off United in the Europa League. So they've got everything to play for in this game as far as getting back into Europe, because they're not going to get back into it by winning the cup, because they got knocked out. So that's certainly be interesting. And they will fancy the chances against, let's be honest about it, weaker City defence. We'll go on to the City 11 in a minute, but they'll be up for that. I think West Ham will be up for this. In the same way I thought Wolves were sort of up for it, but defensively they were poor. I think West Ham are a little bit better, just slightly better defensively, but they do have the players like Wolves on the ball that can harm City, and obviously I think they'll learn a lot from that. And they certainly proved there's no hangover from the Eintracht Frankfurt defeat by thrashing Norwich 4-0 at the weekend. But the home league had previously been a little bit patchy. I mean, they had wins over Villa and Everton, but these were followed by a draw 1-1 with Burnley at home. And they lost the last home game, of course, 2-1 to Arsenal on May Day, on the 1st of May 2022. Injury-wise, yeah, Michael Antonio's hip problem, Craig Dawson, something wrong with his calf, and Saeed Benrahma, who's been playing very, very well, has got a problem with his ankle. These all face sort of fitness tests. I think they all came off in the last game against Norwich, but I do believe at least two of those are expected to play, so I won't get too excited, City fans. It might be still a pretty nifty team for West, certainly up front, which is where the problem's going to be, isn't it? It's going to cause us problems. Angelo Ogbonna, he's out. He's definitely out as far as I know as well. So like Wolves, as I said, they do have some players who can hurt City. And obviously they're going to look at that Wolves game and analyse it. I'm sure their manager, the chosen one, is going to analyse that deeply and have a look at it and take advantage of our weaknesses, which, let's face it, they're going to be even more in theory if Ferner and Laporte now are added to the injury list and aren't going to play in this Sunday game. It's even worse. It's getting even worse for us. So I think they'll have a strong, long look at that game at West Ham and come up with a few plans. And they certainly do have the players to take advantage. So, but it will all hang as ever on the lads who are left, the walking wounded, the walking fit guys at City, what we do on the day. So that's obviously going to bring me back now to have a look at City, isn't it? And what we can do and what's going to happen. as things appear to go from bad to worse. As I say, we've lost both, or we could have lost. As I say, I'm recording this before Pet's press conference. We may know a little bit more, but I'm feeling this is a day-by-day thing anyway, so he probably won't know himself at that stage. But I'm ruling on the fact that we've probably lost Laporte and Ferner now, as well as the Stones, Walker and Diaz, of course. And I doubt, and all my little thoughts now are that they're not going to be available for this game. If either or both are, brilliant, excellent. That's really good. But I'm a bit doubtful, guys. Let me know what you think as well. I mean, I think the footballing gods is definitely trying to make it a little bit harder for us to win this title. But so far, so good. City have found a way. Let's hope we keep finding a way. Of course, if you look at Liverpool, we have to look at Liverpool, don't we? At the end of the day, it's not just us, is it? I mean, they're in FA Cup action, so in theory, if we can win this, even by a goal, even sweep this by a goal, they'll be 6 points behind us. They'll be, obviously, just think of the morale boost we'll get and how they'll think, especially if, say, Chelsea beat them as well. I mean, that'll really knock them down. They can either come out fighting in the next game away at Southampton on Tuesday, or it could sort of mentally demoralise them, because let's face it, if they've got Southampton and Villa to come, Southampton and Wolves to come, and they can certainly knock a few goals in there. So if we do beat West Ham by an odd goal, we've got a 7-goal plus difference. So it still takes some pulling back, but no doubt Liverpool could do it. But as I said, it's all ifs and buts at the moment. We just got to do our business, and hopefully we can get at least a 1-goal win against West Ham. I think we'll be happy with that. I'll certainly be happy with that. That's all we need to do. This was viewed, of course, about a week ago of the two games, Wolves and West Ham. This is probably viewed as an easier game, but obviously once it comes to the crunch, once it comes to the time, I mean, a lot has happened since that, as well, as I say, injury-wise since then, and it's going to be another hard job for City, and we'll have to work even harder or just as hard, take our chances. Another KDB masterclass would be nice, and perhaps 2 or 3 other players stepping up and doing it as well. That'll certainly ease the pressure on KDB, who sort of carried us through that Wolves game. There's no doubt about that. Youngsters, I don't think Pep will go any youngsters. I think he'll keep to his senior players. I don't think he'll risk anything. Centre half-wise, you've got Mbete, who's capable, but he's just not been playing. Would he take that risk? I'd like to think I would, but I don't think Pep will. Pep will know just what to expect, and he'll know what he can get from Mbete. So obviously, no one's going to know unless Pep thinks so, isn't it? So it's up to Pep, really. I don't expect to see any of the young lads starting in this game. I mean, there's 4 or 5 on the bench. There'll be probably even more on the bench for this one, because we've only literally down to a couple of senior players now to go on the bench, apart from the start and 11. So we'll have to see. And obviously, we've still got a final game, haven't we? If Aki's fit, if Aki's fine, come through that game the other night against Wolves, then I expect him to play. There's still a doubt about him. Say if Werner all of a sudden can make it and stuff like that, I do expect Aki to be saved, because we've still got another game to go, which might be a very, very important game against Villa at the Etihad a week on Sunday. So, yeah, that's what it is. So if no Werner alongside Aki, the consensus is that Pep is going to play Rodri, which frightens me to death. I'll be honest with you. The lack of pace at the back, as I say, and West Ham are no slouches up front. We got away with it against Wolves, mainly because of our attack, and we put our chances away. And we're going to have to do a similar thing again against it in this West Ham thing. Another KDB masterclass, as I said, or some of the other players stepping up as well. We'll need something similar, because it frightens me to death. Rodri at the back with Aki. Imagine Aki's injured. Imagine Aki's not 100% as well. What do we do? Then he would have to probably come and pick someone like Mbete, wouldn't he? Let's be honest about it. Would I take a draw? Possibly, if it comes to it. I'll take a draw if we're losing 1-0 with 5 minutes to go and we get a 1-1 draw. I'll take it, but I don't want it. I want a win. I want to demoralise Liverpool before that last week. That's what I want to do, and get the impetus back on us, because we don't want them to get any sort of impetus back. At the moment, they'll be a bit down. They'll know about our injuries, so they'll be hopeful. But I just want us to, as they say in the old Mortal Kombat, I want us to finish them psychologically. So here you go, guys. Here's my 11. Let me know what you think. 2 forced changes. I'm accepting that Laporte and Ferner aren't going to start in this. If any of them are fit, 90%, 95% fit, I expect them to play in this. So it will change if that's such. But at this point in time, this is the team. This is the 11 I'm going for. And as I say, any of those injured come back, and then they'll slot straight in somewhere. But this is my 11. Ederson, Cancelo, Aki with Rodri, Zinchenko, and then Gundogan in front of them. And I'll have to have a masterclass at defending as a DM. Mr. Gundogan, not always his best spot. KDB, Bernardo, because I've just got to, those two will run the, just run the legs off. But certainly KDB is all over the pitch at the moment. And Foden, Sterling and Jesus. Again, 3 players. No matter what you think about Sterling, will run the hearts out for the club. And obviously Foden's got to be in there. And Jesus, why not? Because the only other 2 guys we've got is Mahrez and Grealish, and I do think they're very, very good players, but they haven't got the legs perhaps that Foden, Sterling and Jesus have. Although Grealish will work hard and all that. Perhaps Mahrez, bit of a question mark. He has his moments, but I just think those 2 are sort of wild cards, Mahrez and Grealish, for starting this. So I expect them to be on the bench, plus a load of kids, and that's about it, guys. That's my 11. Let me know what you think about that. That's what we're doing. Right, it's a bit longer, this one, guys. It's a big game, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm up to 15 minutes now. We'll do the quirky stats before we go. West Ham are winless in 12 Premier League games against City, drawn 2 and lost 10 since the 2-1 win at the Etihad in September 2015. After winning their first 5 games against West Ham at London Stadium in all competitions, scoring 22, conceding 1, we are winless in our last 2 visits there. Yeah, we've drawn the last 2. This includes a goalless draw, of course, in the Carabao. The penalty shootout defeat in the League Cup earlier this season wasn't good. City lost their final away league game last season, going down 3-2 at Brighton. We don't want to lose the last one this season, do we? They've not done so in consecutive campaigns since a run of 4 between 2005-06 and 2008-09. West Ham have scored in all 18 of their Premier League home games this season. Both teams to score, anybody? Only twice have they managed to score in 100% of their home games across an entire league season, doing so in 1980-81 in the second tier and 26-27 in the top flight. I certainly think I certainly believe West Ham will score in this. I'm just hoping we'll score more. This will be West Ham's 22nd Premier League game on a Sunday this season. Only with Tottenham in 2021 with 25 ever played more on this day in a single campaign. I like these quirky stats. After winning 5 of their first 7 such games this term, lost 2, the Hammers have won just 4 of their subsequent 14, drawn 3 and lost 7. City's Sterling has been involved in 14 goals in 16 Premier League games against West Ham, 8 goals, 6 assists, more than he has versus any other side. 9 of these have come in 5 appearances at the London Stadium. 4 goals, 5 assists, so play him. He likes it there, play him, including a hat-trick in August 2019. Mikel Antonio has scored 9 Premier League goals this season and could become the first player to score at least 10. No, we don't want that. In 3 consecutive top-flight campaigns for West Ham since Tony Cottee, 5 between 1983-84 and 1987-88. There you go, quirky stats. It's going to be a good game, guys. It's going to be an interesting game. Going to be a nervy game. Let's say, we certainly did our goal difference a lot of good the other day. So in theory, as long as we don't concede too many or knacker that, a 7 goal difference is okay. Are Liverpool capable of getting that, clawing that back? Possibly are if they've got the incentive to do it. But so in theory, as long as we can beat Villa, we could afford to lose this, but we're not going to win this, guys. Aren't we? We've got to win this. City are going to win this. We've got to find a way, as I said. Even though the footballing gods are doing one on us, we're going to find a way through this anyway. Hope you be. Let me know your comments, guys. Anyway, what you think of this game coming up, and come on, we can do this. Please tune back in for my players' ratings, mine and the Manchester Evening News, and of course the match report. And hopefully, I should have both of those out Sunday night with being a 2:00 kickoff. I should have time to get it out Sunday night for you guys. If not, it'll be Monday, but I should have that Sunday night, of course. Please don't forget to check out my little history show and my odds show. See where the charity bet's going this week. Another win last week, 1 out of 3. Wasn't great, but at least it was something for the pot. So please check those out. It'd be much appreciated. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Let me know your comments. And until we meet again, I want to ask one thing, don't I? One simple thing, please. Your families, please stay safe, please. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.